The only thing better than a good woman is two good women. This is Ghana, baby.
You remember Drew, right, Doc? My son. He came back here, fresh from that faraway land, deep purpose of things. He thought he was writing his own story. Bless his heart. He had no idea whose hand was truly holding the pen. And that's the truth I had to teach him. But see, Doc, this land, Ghana, she has a way of stripping you bare. She makes you face who you truly are, no hiding. For me, since I came back, it's like the years of worry, the heavy weight from that other world, just melted away. My mind is sharp, my body, well, let's just say I could still outrun him if I had to. That's the truth of it. They say this Accra sun, it burns away the old. It clears your mind. I've never felt better. Joints humming, thoughts clear as a bell. This place, it's a new beginning. A reset for your life. If you just let it be. Some folks, they come here for a quick visit. They think it's just beaches and good times. But this place, Doc, it'll wake up your soul if you let it. It's a lesson we all need to learn, one way or another. Then Teresa walked in, Big Chris's sister, just back from abroad. Smart as a whip, that one. Moved with a quiet grace, like a gazelle, but you could feel the strength in her. I kept polishing that glass, calm as a Sunday morning. Drew, he barely looked up, still lost in his little screen world, probably checking how many likes his last picture got. But Teresa, oh, she had eyes, and she used them. She saw him, Doc. She came right over, smooth as silk, greeted me, polite, respectful, sent greetings from Chris, and I made the introduction. Drew, he did that awkward handout thing, trying to be cool, but Teresa, she took his hand, gave him a warm, firm grip, held his gaze a little longer than she had to. Told him she'd heard good things about him, about his special way of seeing things. She knew what she was doing. Drew, he just kind of blushed, not used to that kind of honest looking. He was stumbling, Doc, and she was like a guiding star. That's when I knew the path was laid out. Shucks, she even told me how beautiful the club looked, how I felt like coming home. She understood the true meaning of this place, Doc. Not just the building and the money, but the deeper spirit, the legacy we're building here. Drew, he was still stuck on cloth samples, but that's all right. Some seeds, they just need more time to grow. I gave him the look, the one that says, don't argue. Told him to show Teresa around, introduce her to Meadow, Cletus, Captain Bolo, get her some fresh juice. My boy sighed, but he did it. Hospitality. It's our way here, and Teresa's family. He didn't have a choice, really. And Teresa, her smile grew wide. She caught my eye, a little flash of knowing. She understood. She said she was eager to see all the true colors. You remember what you said, Doc? The planner and the dreamer. I chuckled then, and I chuckle now. Told you sometimes the most beautiful plans are the ones you can't see. The ones built on legacy, on family, on a little quiet pushing. And just like that, the first move was made. Drew thought he was just being polite. Teresa, she knew exactly what she was doing. And me, I was just playing my part. The weaver's trick, indeed. Believe you me, Doc, that's how you set the pieces on the board. But the game was just beginning, and there were battles ahead. You lay down the tracks, right? You put the train on the rails. But sometimes, that train decides it wants to take a long, winding road. My son Drew, just when I thought he was starting to see the true path, he threw a rock in the road. A beautiful, well-dressed rock, named Abina. A bad woman, Doc. She's like a car that looks good on the outside, all shiny and new. But you start looking closer, you find the deep cracks. And those cracks, Doc, they can shatter a man's future. He brought her right up to me, standing in front of this shop, showing her off proud. Said it was hers, that her teacher Quab had set her up. Abina, perfectly put together, I'll give her that. Smooth, shining, but no roots, Doc, no history. She was from the hard concrete of the city, not from its living soul. I shook her hand, polite, but my eyes were watching, seeing. You can tell a lot about a man by the woman he chooses. And this choice, this wasn't the kind of choice that built up a family name. This was, for a moment, and for a man who'd seen the best years of his life return to him in this soil, seeing his son pick something so passing, it hurt me deep inside. Some people are built to last, Doc. Others are just passing through, and you learn quick which ones are which in this life. Now, about Quab and Abena, she was just easy to figure out. Some women, bless their hearts, they just fall for the glitter. So, a little quiet message, a well-timed mistake on the social media. Poof, the truth, clear as day, all recorded. Sometimes the truth stings worse than a scorpion. But sometimes, that sting is exactly what you need to wake up. A man gets pushed, he reacts. Sometimes he reacts exactly how you want him to. Drew called me, voice shaky, told me about Abena, told me what he saw. He just said Quab was too deep in it, that he'd been a fool. In other words, he was getting a taste of real life. He was hurting, but hurting eyes sometimes see the clearest. They see things they missed before, like Teresa. A broken heart is a powerful thing, Doc. It strips away all the fake stuff. It makes you vulnerable, but it also makes you ready for true blessings. He came storming in here, late that night, worked up, eyes red, said he needed to ask me something important. I just told him to sit down, take a breath, no need to rush. But he wouldn't have it. He was walking back and forth, saying Abena was just not real. Said she was taking money from Quab, living a lie. Said he was stupid, he was hurting. And then he looked me straight in the eye, told me clear as day, I want to marry Teresa. I put down my glass slow. Even you looked up, Doc. You remember? I just paused, let the words hang in the air. Then a slow, quiet smile. Not surprise, but deep knowing. I asked him if he was sure, and he nodded, strong. Said it was the most sure he'd ever been about anything. Said she was smart, real. Said she saw him. Said she was family. He thought it was his choice, Doc. A well-timed mistake on the social media, thanks to Captain Bolo's steady hand. Poof, instant heartbreak, instant clear sight, and an instant path to where Drew was always meant to be. With family, building a legacy. A man like me could make a ship sail on dry land, Doc. And in this case, I just had to turn the steering wheel. He's finally getting back to his legal studies, though he doesn't know why I needed him to. Because sometimes to fix a broken path, you gotta shake the whole ground beneath it. Because in this life, sometimes you gotta pull out the weeds so the flowers can truly grow. And Teresa, she's a rose, meant for great things. And Drew, he's finally found his true purpose. All part of the great plan. The village is watching, and the village is growing. Believe you me, Doc, sometimes the best magic is the one you never even see happening. You, my friend, are a good man for understanding. You believe in what surrounds us, Doc, that the world shapes us, and there's truth to that. But I believe in something more. I believe God guides our steps, but we have to be willing to take them. We have to see the spirit within us, the strength, the resilience, the will to overcome. This pushing, it wasn't some miracle from above. It was about recognizing the potential that was already there. In Drew, and Teresa in this very land. You don't understand the full truth of how a man like me moves. I just gave him a little push. And now, as the sun sets over Accra, their story is just beginning. That's the real intervention, Doc. Recognizing the power you already have, and sometimes helping others see it, whether they know it or not. So, what truth will you face today? And what good will you do with it? Think on that.